Morning. So I've been thinking back to conversations I've had with people that I've worked with, people that I've been around, people I've heard on the radio, just talking to people in general and listening. Kind of, you know how people sit there and they'll people watch. I'll listen, and there are two types of people. There are doers who are coming up with a goal that they have, and then implementing a plan on how to get there. They're asking for advice. What can I do differently? Do you have any advice for me to further my goal or my steps to get to this goal quicker? And then you have whiners who will just sit there and they'll say, "Boy, look at this thing that happened to me. Look at this problem I have." And people will say, "Okay, well, have you tried this? Can you try that?" And they immediately shoot down every bit of advice they get. You can try this. "Oh, no, I can't do that because I don't have the time." "Well, I can't do that because I don't have the money for that." And they just shoot down every single piece of advice because they would rather sit there and complain than try to do anything to fix their situation. What you need to do is come up with a plan on how to get to your goal. If you want to buy a house someday, okay, well, how do we come up with the money for that? Well, let's see if we can cut stuff back in the budget. Let's make a budget to see where our money's going. Let's see if we can pick up a side job or sell some stuff. Whatever those steps are, come up with them, write them down, and then start implementing them because you're going to climb closer and closer to that goal. You want to be one of the people that nobody can tell you no. You say, "Man, someday I'm going to get a house and I've got all of these steps that I'm working to try to get to that goal." Don't let people come up and say, "Oh, you'll never get the money to do that because right now with the way the government is and taxes and inflation, there's a million reasons people will throw at you on why you can't." But they're just whiners. Don't be a whiner. Come up with a plan, come up with some steps to work towards your goal. Don't be one of the ones that sits there and asks for advice or complains about your situation, and then you have no intention of implementing any sort of plan to change your situation. My daughter just the other day, she's 3 years old. She turned around to mama and said, "No, I don't want a new diaper. I just want to stay poopy." You hear that kind of mentality from a lot of adults these days. "Oh, well, I can never get ahead and it's always everybody else's fault." No, if you want to get something, you want to better your situation, it's going to take some sacrifice. It's going to take some cutting back. It's going to take some extra work. But you can get there and you can do it. You can change your situation. You can make that goal and you can achieve that goal. There's that old quote that I'm sure everybody's heard by now: "Whether you think you can or whether you think you can't, you're right." So be one of those doers. Be one of the ones that goes out and you achieve that dream that you have of whatever. If you want to go on a certain vacation and you gotta go get the money for it, or you want to own a house and you're gonna go get that house, or you want a certain kind of job, whatever it is, come up with a plan and work that plan to get there and get excited. One of my big goals is I want to pay off my house. Well, in order to do that, I had to get onto a budget and I had to pay off a lot of other stuff first, and that frees up some money. And then, going through and running this company, building the company as I go. It all has a plan. You can adjust it as you go if you need to, but move forward. Better your life, better yourself, better your situation. Don't just be a whiner who sits there and complains to everybody, being a Debbie Downer. "Oh, poor me, I can't have any control over anything, and anybody that tells me different, I'm just going to shoot them down." Don't be a whiner. Be a go-getter and go get it. Y'all be good.